we have a lot to talk about. Really cold all the time, tired. I feel like my strength took a really big hit. I was ravenously hungry. I am going all in. So for the last month, I have been all in, and I've been eating about 5,000 calories a day. Well, 4,820 to be exact, according to MyFitnessPal. And that number was not a target or anything. I didn't have any specific number in mind. That was just how many calories it took for me to feel satiated every single day. And because I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page, I didn't just do this for kicks or for fun. I did this for my health, and I wanted to do this for my quality of life, my metabolism, my relationship with food, and most importantly, my extreme hunger. And I went into this in more detail in my first video, so definitely check out that video if you haven't. And also check out my addressing my cheat days video if you want to hear more about why I think I have extreme hunger. But in short, I thought I could put my extreme hunger to rest by allowing myself to eat to full satiety every single day.
So you were just saying to me what?
Okay, so this is what I had for breakfast. I had 2 large bananas, I had 2 packets of oatmeal, I had an apple, and then I had 4 sweet potatoes, and I had 2 scoops of protein. Is that normal? And by putting myself in such an extreme surplus, yeah, I did gain quite a bit of weight. And I may continue gaining weight, and hopefully I'll hit some sort of plateau. And this is all in hopes to find my natural set point. I was actually going to go into the science of set point theory and a few other body fatness regulatory hypotheses like settling point theory and the dual intervention model in this video, but I'm going to do an entirely separate video on all the science because there's just too much to talk about, so stay tuned for that. But literally after being like a bottomless pit and of course gaining some weight, the idea is that I will no longer need as many calories to feel full, and I'll start eating less. And once I start eating less and have less of an extreme appetite, my body will be ready to lose some of that overshoot weight that I gained. And I'm not the only person that has gone through extreme hunger. I was lucky enough to chat with author of Damn the Diets, Kayla Kotecki, who has also been through this process herself, and now she helps other people get through it.
I was eating well up to 10,000 calories or more every day for several months. Within the first month or 2, I think I gained around 40 pounds. This is the whole reason why I do what I do, is because I want people to know that they're not alone and there is a way out, that they're not destined to this life of the bottomless pit, stomach hunger, you know, like you were saying. That's exactly how I used to explain it. And it was just like an insatiable hunger that never went away. It was always there.
She was also a bikini competitor and fitness model who went through extreme hunger, gained weight, rebounded because she started actually dieting again, and she was still going through extreme hunger. Then she decided to go back all in, gained even more weight, and then eventually started to lose that weight slowly over time, and now she's settled into a really comfortable and happy set weight that she thinks is either at her set point weight or at least really close to it.
So what I found, the biggest thing out of all of it is that the more that you try to control food, the more food controls you. More dieting, too much exercise is not going to get rid of this insatiable hunger. Going all in will. It's been the most worth it thing that I could have ever done, and I never thought that I could live like this again. I thought my metabolism and digestion was just broken forever. This approach has just changed my life.
And I was also lucky enough to chat with fellow YouTuber and competitive eater who has a very interesting journey with going all in himself, and I wanted to share the journey of a male who struggled with extreme hunger, and that it's not only women who go through this.
So I actually remember the exact day that I just said, you know what, I don't care anymore. I don't care what's, how much body fat I gain. I don't care what it looks like. I need to feed myself. I need to do this for myself. And I was like, I'm going home, and I got a bunch of cereal, and it wasn't one of those things like I regretted it and I felt bad about it. I was like, you know what, that was exactly what I needed. when I just allowed myself to eat freely and go all in, as you would say, I was probably eating about 5,500 to 6,000 calories a day. And so for me, I was still hungry doing that. I would go to sleep still hungry, and it was like I felt bad, but at the same, like I felt like bad initially about it, but after doing it for about a week to 2 weeks, I was able to like be like, you know what, I gained weight, but I feel so much better.
So this past month, I was all in, and my inner scientist just couldn't help but document as much as I could. So not only did I document all the calories I ate every day and my daily weigh-ins, but I also journaled every single day to keep record of how I was feeling, my mood, hunger levels, strength and performance in the gym, energy levels, mental state of mind, and even positive affirmations for myself to read the next day, which were actually really needed because actively gaining weight had me in a bit of a emotional roller coaster of bad body image and low self-esteem. So I want to take you guys through this process, and I want to bring it back to the beginning of the month.
So today is the day that I actually posted the video about my all-in journey. So today has been an emotional roller coaster because I actually had no idea how you guys were gonna respond to the video, and I was absolutely blown away. The video was received extremely well. This is the beginning to a beautiful journey. So today is June 5th. I've actually been all in since Memorial Day. So I have been eating roughly, like I said in my last video, about 4,000 to 5,000 calories every single day. Before posting the video, before I even knew that you guys were gonna respond so well to this, I've already had a few like days where I was like, what am I doing? I almost jumped right back into that dieting mentality. I was like, I've let myself go. I went back to my journal and I reread the reason why I'm doing this. This is just the beginning, just kind of want to get things kicked off and what I'm up to, what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll see you soon. So today is my first day back from being in Toronto. Today is actually the first day that I have the opportunity to weigh myself. So because I was in Toronto this past week, I didn't have a scale the whole time that I was there, but I wanted to note something really interesting before I forgot, that my weight gain is not linear, and how I'm going to like mentally separate, you know, the way that I look with a number on the scale is that I'm going to treat it as if it's just data.
And at this point, I had already gained 10 pounds, but I was more motivated than ever because of your support to keep it going. And there was no signs of turning back because I was still ravenously hungry. But this is when I kind of started experiencing a lot of the side effects that come along with eating that many calories. I was super sweaty and hot all the time. My face was always really swollen and puffy in the morning.
So at the beginning of going all in, I kind of felt like every single day I woke up, my face was super puffy, and today is like one of the first days that I feel like it looks pretty normal. It doesn't look super puffy. I do feel like my face has more volume in it just simply due to the fact that I've gained like 13 pounds, but it doesn't look puffy like I just got like punched in the face or something, or have like an allergic reaction, which is how my face was looking right at the beginning of being all in.
My midsection seemed to be holding on to a lot of water and weight, and my ankles were always swollen at night. And these are some symptoms that Kayla also experienced.
Not only did I gain a lot of weight, I faced a lot of edema and water retention, which really scared me. You know, I went to the doctors, I got all kinds of tests, like nothing was wrong with me from the test. So, you know, I was like, it just must be part of the recovery process. I couldn't find a lot of stuff out there on edema and water retention.
And I was gaining weight really rapidly, even though I was eating whole foods.
Ronnie Coleman bulk.
All in.
I guess my eyes just weren't adjusting to my body in the mirror, and I started feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I was feeling a bit uncomfortable about the way that I looked. I was feeling a bit uncomfortable in my clothing because my clothes obviously were starting to feel a little bit tighter. So I did the only obvious thing. I bought new clothes.
So I'm just walking out of Aerie right now, and as you guys know, I needed to buy not a whole wardrobe, but a lot of new things because all my clothes don't fit me, and I expect to continue to grow, so I needed to get a lot of new stuff, and I want to feel comfortable and cozy in all my clothing. Success.
And honestly, buying new clothes was like such a pivotal part of this whole process, because it wasn't that I felt that I was getting particularly like really fat or anything. I just felt like I didn't want clothes to like feel tight on me as I was wearing them, because I was often, you know, really bloated because I was eating a lot of food. So I just didn't want my clothes to feel tight on my body. And also because I wanted to collect even more data, I also went to go get blood work done. So I'm just about to head out to get my blood work done, and I'm going to go early because I have to do this fasted and I'm hungry. So I want to see if they can get me in earlier because I'm freaking hungry, and I usually don't wait this long anymore since I've been all in on eating. I would normally have already started eating and appropriately wearing "assume I'm hungry" shirt. Your girl is always hungry. And I got a bunch of stuff measured, but there were a few things in particular that I was actually really interested in, and that was my estradiol, my FSH and LH, which are other female reproductive hormones, all of my thyroid hormones, and my cortisol levels. And to nobody's surprise, my cortisol levels were pretty high. My thyroid levels were actually normal, luckily, but my female reproductive hormones, so my estradiol, FSH, and LH, were actually really low. And I wanted to get a second opinion on this, so I did reach out to Dr. Rinaldi and I asked her about my reproductive hormone levels, and she also agreed with the fact that they were really low. So aside from trying to fix my extreme hunger, I did have other incentives for going all in. But things weren't all bad. Aside from the warm, happy feeling of feeling full all the time and being satiated at every meal, I was also loving like how much energy I had every single day and how good my mood was. Mommy, did you know today is National Donut Day?
No, I know what Father Day.
This is a more important holiday.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is National Donut Day. We're gonna get some donuts, right?
Right.
Right.
And you're gonna get a dozen, and Mama gonna get one.
I told my mom on the phone, I was like, I get 12, you get 1. And my training was actually going really, really well. I felt super strong in the gym, and I was also recovering from my workouts really well. But one thing I do want to mention is that I did take a step back with my frequency in the gym. However, when I did train, I was always well rested, obviously well fed, and felt strong overall. So honestly, it's been great.
When I've been coming to the gym, I've been wearing nice loose clothing, you know, being uncomfortable at all, especially if I'm bloated or anything like that. So my squat outfit.
And lastly, I was simply happier. So today is June 24th and I'm currently packing for Australia right now. Kind of crazy that I'm 18 pounds up right now. My physique has changed a lot, but my butt looks great. That's what really counts. Food no longer became the limiting factor of my day, and it was really freeing. It's your time to shine. You gotta tell the people what they really wanna know. What do you think of All In Stephanie?
I tell you this all the time. I like you better.
He didn't like me before.
I didn't like you before, but I like this version of you. I think that your physique looks really good like this as well. I think it looked good before, but I really do think that you look healthier. You look more feminine now. And I think that your face looks really pretty too. But I think the biggest difference that I noticed was not that you were ever like really moody before. Generally, you just have like a happier mood.
I have so much energy.
And the other thing that's actually quite big, the dietary freedom is freeing like on a relationship too, I think, because if I'm like, you would always do intermittent fasting, so we would rarely share breakfast together. So now
that was the worst.
We always get to do that.
I never had breakfast because intermittent fasting, you just, if you intermittent fast, you understand this, like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to break my fast early. How do you feel about all my energy all the time?
Yeah, that's...
I have so much energy all the time. I'm like,
actually,
play with me.
I don't find it's that bad, to be honest with you. Like, I just find that your spirits are higher. Like, you have less lows and more highs. But generally, it's just like the baseline has moved up a little bit. Everything has just become a bit better in my eyes.
You heard it here first.
There you go.
what's been the most important to me is that I've had people around me like Jeff and like my family who have really been like all on board with it. They think it's amazing what I'm doing. How do you feel like someone like your relationship with Christy has really helped you in making you feel about yourself in general?
Having support systems in place, you know, like with your relationship with Jeff and with your family, it's crucial. I think that, you know, if I wouldn't have had my family and my girlfriend supporting me, it would have been a lot harder. It would have been a lot harder to find that motivation to keep going, because, you know, those are the things that are going to be in your life, you know, for as long as you're here, those relationships. And that really does matter a lot.
And I don't think I can stress enough how lucky I am to have Jeff. I do feel like I had amazing support from you guys, and you guys were really keeping me going, but without Jeff, I probably would have gone back. He really helped me get through the weight gain process, especially when I was feeling really down, and he always made me feel loved and beautiful every single day.
This is the one piece that I brought with me. There's a belt.
Still look hot.
There's a belt that is supposed to go here and it doesn't fit.
You still look so good. You're tripping.
So after my first month being all in, how much weight did I gain? So from May 28th to June 28th, I gained about 18 pounds. And to be honest, from the time I'm filming this, I have gained even more weight, and I will continue to gain over the next few months. And I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. This is not a short-term process whatsoever. It's going to probably take many months before my weight hits a plateau. But to be honest with you guys, the reward is so worth it. I'm excited for the day that I wake up and I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full after like a reasonable portion and not a portion for a family of 5. And I don't think about food in between meals, and I feel satiated at every single meal.
And I was probably still hungry after that. I was, but I had to stop because I need to do some work, or else I'll just keep eating. And I have to like cut myself off at some point.
All these moments are hilarious.
If I have to loosen up my fanny pack one more time, I'm throwing this out the window. I'm getting a backpack. A backpack doesn't judge you when you get fat. A fanny pack lets you know.
And of course, I'm still gonna continue to live an active and healthy lifestyle, but I'll just be at a higher weight than when I started. And I think this weight will be the weight that my body is most comfortable and happy. And I'm going to put out the disclaimer that I make all the time, but I just wanna make sure that you guys understand that I'm not telling you that you have to do this. I'm just sharing my journey with you. And I personally don't feel qualified to let you know if this is something that you should do as well. There are people out there that do this for a living, that help people get through this kind of process, but that's not what I do personally. I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. So with these videos, I just want to show you that yes, I have gained weight, but I'm also really happy and I feel really healthy at the moment. And even when I was like super lean and I looked probably the fittest I've ever looked, I wasn't at my best and I didn't feel at my best, and I was tired and I was weak at that time. So now I'm feeling a lot better than ever. So what's next for me and how am I moving forward? As I've said, I'm going to continue this gain train and continue to eat to satiety every single day. Something that I wanted to point out is like how crazy it is how differently I see food nowadays. Whenever I see something that I want, or there's just food that I want to have, I just have it. Like I don't even think anything about it, which is like crazy. It kind of reminds me of when I was a kid and I would just eat whatever I wanted to have and not really think too much about it. But moving forward, I think I'm gonna make a few changes. I'm no longer going to weigh myself every single day or track my daily calories because I just don't think it's mentally healthy for me to do that at this point. I might weigh myself here and there to see if my weight starts to plateau, and I might track my daily calories just offhand on a random day to see if the amount of calories I need to feel full has decreased. But I'm just gonna do it pretty infrequently here and there, and I'll probably keep that to a minimum. I will continue eating the foods that make me feel my best and make me happy, and with no limitations. I've also decided to have monthly calls with Kayla so she can kind of walk me through this process process or coach me through this process. We've already had a call since I ended my first month, and I feel like I can stay on track with what I'm doing with her help, as well as feel like I have someone to talk to who actually understands what I'm going through.
That's why you don't keep gaining and gaining and gaining forever, because the body's doing this very strategically and it knows what it's doing. And given the right environment, if you continue to just eat consistently, then the body will eventually stop gaining weight because it feels safe. And then over time, the more it feels safe after that point, after it plateaus kind of, then it kind of goes back to normal where it feels comfortable. You're in this for the long haul, not short term. And it's about you. It's about your health. It's not about vanity or, having a six pack or being ultra lean, and reprioritizing our life too,
And I also want to make it clear to my audience that it's going to be a long process, and I hope they understand that. I will eventually plateau, and if I do it right, eat to satiety, I don't let myself restrict or anything like that. When I do start to lose weight, my set point is not going to be previous Stephanie. I'm not going to go back to the weight that I was. They're oh, you can raise your metabolism and then lose all that weight again and then have a high metabolism as lean as you are. No, I will never be that lean. That's why I'm also showing in my update video that I didn't just buy new clothes because I'm going to gain weight. I got rid of all of my old clothes too, because I don't expect to ever be that lean again.
She's been absolutely amazing so far, such an amazing support system, but she also has an amazing YouTube channel, which I highly recommend checking out. She talks a lot about this sort of stuff on her channel, so I'll link it down below for you. This month has honestly been really interesting, and I really hope that you guys will continue to follow along my journey to see how this all-in process unfolds. I'm well into my second month at the moment, and I've been continuing to do this mostly in part because of you guys. It's honestly been such a lifesaver because it keeps reminding me to keep going, that what I'm doing for my body is a really good thing, and that you guys are gonna love me no matter what. I'm gonna be honest and say that there have been a few times where I've been tempted to go back and to diet again, especially because, sometimes I have bad days, and you guys are the reason why I haven't done that yet.
Most of the time when I have bad body image moments and I break down and cry, it's the least time that I want to film. I never do, and Jeff always makes me feel better, and I'm not in the mood to film myself. So I'll get one time that I am feeling down, so that it happens. And right now I'm not sure how much I am up in weight, but before I left for Bali, I tried these bathing suits on and they fit me, so that's why I brought them. But I'm here now after spending a week in Melbourne, continuing, of course, to eat roughly 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day. And of course they don't fit. So after one more week, they don't fit. It doesn't feel good to squeeze into something that doesn't fit you, because then you feel even worse about yourself. So this is just a time that I had very bad body image, and I decided to film it because I never want to, but it happens. And I can't say that it happens if I don't have any proof that it happens, but it does. And it's the time that I want to film the least.
I hope that you guys know that I love you guys so much, and you guys are a constant reminder of why I make content on YouTube. And I don't know, I feel like I've created a really positive environment here on my channel. So I hope that you guys will continue to follow along. I have a lot of really good upcoming content for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Mwah. Bye.
Oh my god.
That's my shot.